Hello, greetings and welcome back. Take a cup of coffee, sit back, relax and enjoy another exciting episode of Banished. Why? Because in this episode we have lots of stuff to do. First of all, we have a lot of people. As we can see, 142 adults and 33 students. I think this is the highest number yet, and 43 more children waiting and soon also becoming students. So I think the college for now is doing good, right? We're not even halfway through, but I know that we're going to get a lot of new adults coming in soon as well, especially with this nomad group that arrived in the last episode. It's getting a bit tough there with the food, so I would like to prepare a bit. As we can see, we're at 8,000 food, and that's at the end of winter, so it's okay, but it's not optimal, and I would like to continue here. First of all, we do have the fields up there, and yeah, storage barns are not, or well, the storage barns are actually full. So whenever we have a harvest, people have to go all the way down here to the market in order to store the stuff, which is not good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have another, and perhaps even in fact we're going to have two village depots here as well, village barns just here beside the fields, and two of them like so, right, together, because here in this whole area we're going to have another thing, and that is a whole new ranch as well that I would like to have a standard pasture in this area, right? It's going to be pretty big, yep, like so, perfect. And we have another field then here, street, and fields we can have plenty of now here as well, right? So there we have the pasture, and there we have some more fields. The hunting cabin and the gather hut, they still have it fine, but yeah, it's getting close. Civilization is coming after them, and this should speed up the harvesting for the next season, because last season we lost around half of the crops here because people just had to walk such a huge distance to the next village barn, and that is definitely not something I want. So they can all now walk to this one there right away and continue harvesting, especially the sweet potato there, and for more fields then to come, and another standard pasture. Another thing that we have lots of domesticated animals, I think 8 of them. So I'm also going to build 2 more of these sexy egg pens that we have there, right? And it's this one and egg pen, there it is. 2 more of them I think should be fine. Lucky us, they don't cost any stone for a change, and we can have them here. There's actually space for something else here, who knows? A wool pen. Oh yes, sheepies. We should also have a look at that. Let's build 2. Oh, wait a second. That just requires normal domesticated animals as far as I can see, right? We could have wool then. Let's stop, since we have 8. Let's stop with one of these egg pens here. This one. Right, off you go. And there's still one more being built, and this one. And let's actually build a second wool pen then right here as well, just for the case when a trader arrives, that we do have then the domesticated animals ready for that. And let's also have a path here going then to this pasture there as well. Perfect. It's a shame because that is a beautiful tree, but we're going to get rid of that now. Very good, very good. Lots of more people are coming in or turning adult. Some of them are automatically going to their professions, right? We still have lots of room for fishermen. Let's get another one in there. That should be fine. And yeah, it's all about constructing now. Stone is fine again. Let's actually assign 2 of them to builders so we speed up the whole building process. And they're working on the fields again. I just love the change of seasons in this game. Beautiful. Everybody's going about their business. We have basically no homeless, no jobless people. Everybody is put to work for now. Now the next thing is that we have our mining industry up and running. That is this side here, and I've built something new, and that is the copper ore mine shaft that is producing copper ore for us. Both of them have the option to also make tin or copper out of their ore, but I'm not doing that because we're going to have a dedicated furnace for that. Now let's just check the stockpile there. And as we can see, the first copper ore is coming in. Also hardwood is coming in now for the first time. And tin ore we have now too. Oh, someone died. Crushed by a rock. That happens all the time. It's fine though. It's fine, right? It's happening in here at the quarry. People are just dying to that because they don't watch out. We have 13 people in there after all. It was 14 or actually 15. I think we had it full. And the stone is coming in though. And that's important because we still need a bit more stone. So that is that. Next up that we would need here is a forge, like this one here. This one is still working for the iron, and it has to stay there because iron is the permanent source for our tools, right? So we do need a lot of iron all the time. But what I can have here now is basically another forge that I'm going to add to this area. Right, so this is another big, ugly forge building that we have. And yeah, let's just have it here by the mountain, by the mining shafts, behind the stockpile. That's a good location for it. Let's have a road going then all the way to this road there. And this is where we make then the pewter out of those two things here, right? So when I check this one right, we have the pewter here that requires tin ore, copper ore, and furnace fuel. Furnace fuel we have, tin and copper ore we now have as well. And then the pewter is going over here to the metalsmith, and we need pewter and furnace fuel to make the pewter ware. And the pewter ware we then need for the fancy homewares that we can have. Ooh, some over here. There it is. Fancy furniture we can already make now, thanks to the hardwood, and pewter ware is still something that we need. So that is here, fancy furniture of the hardwood. We can actually start with that. We have enough furniture anyway, and let's make some fancy furniture since we do have the hardwood coming in now. And bloop, 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 bloop. Then we can make this one actually work. But first, this one needs to finish. Perfect. But that is another production. And of course, lots and lots of new workplaces that we've created like this. And we just don't have enough people for all of that. The next village barns are coming up, 2 of them. Very important in this area. And this pasture here, I can use then to split those cows into half again. Right, so then we can have 6 going over there, and then we have 2 big ones working for us. There we have now the wool pen as well. It could be working right away. As we can see, there's a sheepy in there. It just needs a farmer or a rancher, a ranger, something like that. So there it is, herdsman. Welcome. And thus we produce some wool as well. Oh, and there is another one for the eggs. Very important. So there we have now 4 of these egg pens, producing a lot of eggs for us. I just love it as we are expanding, and I'm so happy that we're still alive. Last time I failed around year 30, I think. I mean, it was close a few times, and yeah, we're not, you know, we're never really past any danger because the food is just dropping so quickly, and sometimes you can't counter it. This block here, by the way, is also finished now. Beautiful. That's the last block that we have onto this side, and now here I can have a beautiful area for, yeah, the governor's house and some more houses. And those houses I will probably get rid of and build the tavern in this area. Right, so there's the big church then, and people can go from the church, from the mass, right into the tavern. That's the whole idea. And it is late summer already, and as we can see, the harvest of the cucumber starts. The reign of harvesting. And this time they should be going right to this village barn, and as we can see, yep, there's the cucumber coming in, and hopefully they can harvest way more than before. Let's also reduce the amount of builders we have. I've got 6 laborers. I'm going to add, I think, hunter, yep, 1 more, and definitely the fisherman, as they are a very good source of food, of steady food supply that we need. Alright, early autumn, 16 degrees still. Ooh, I don't know. They haven't started yet. Now they're starting with it. And they should... yeah, they're going right to the village barn. They went actually through the orchard there to get to this barn there. And we should see that here. There's the sweet potato. But they're still not faster. I think we need more farmers here. I'm going to raise this one to 5. So we have then 5 farmers working on this field. And this is also not really fast. We need more farmers for that. Right, so 2 more farmers working on that. They can help with the harvest. 5 degrees. It's going to be snowing soon. And we do have an importer. He's just basically offering us coats. Hide coat. Canvas, warm cloth. Nothing that we need. With the wool we can make our own warm cloth soon enough. Ah yeah, and what I can see is that we do need 3 more domesticated animals for this wool pen there. So we actually had 9 domesticated animals. Oh, they're filling up quickly, this village barn, but not with food really. What is doing it here? Bone meal. Oh my goodness. There's so much bone meal in here. It's totally congesting this one. And beeswax. Beeswax is something we might export, or we make candles out of it. But we should decide on that because it's congesting my storage barns. Alright, look at that. It's still half full. and it starts to snow. That means that I'm losing a lot of harvest there again. Right, they're actually also not going to this village barn. They're always going down here somewhere, but it's all full. Please don't tell me they go all the way to the central market. At least the next pasture is ready, so we can choose the Frisian cows. We can then split this one. So there are now 7 cows working in this pasture, and of course I still need a herdsman working on that. And I do like this one of the most, or this is one of the best sources of food, because it's just very steady. You know, they offer milk all the time, and once we have too many of them, they're being slaughtered for meat and leather. That's pretty cool. So there's lots of stuff you can get out of them. This one, it has 2,000 flowers, alright. We're totally... I should get more flowers. This is what the trading post is for. Let's get 8,000 flowers. And this trader is getting it, since we have so many of them. And after a bit of time, they can finally start fully working on it. I've got also 2 forgers or 2 blacksmiths here working in this forge as well. With tin and copper, they make now pewter out of it. The pewter is then being transported already to the metalsmith, and this one here right now makes then some pewterware for us. Really beautiful. And down here, the fancy furniture, we already have plenty of that. And this one is now waiting for the pewterware, and then we can finally start with the fancy homewares and build some more fancy buildings out of that. Food at 6,000, it is dropping, not so quickly that I can't react to it, fortunately. And what we might do is, I don't think that I can do a lot really. We have built the next ranch, we have built another egg pen, we have another wool pen, or the first one actually, that is also producing some meat for us all the time. The poor sheep is not looking so happy in here. And we should actually be getting a lot of food in, so I'm just hoping for it. We have good tools, there's no problem here, and whenever there's someone turning adult, I'm assigning them right to the food production buildings. The stone cutter is finished. As we can see, there's no more stone to be had here, so that's 15 people that are available now. Perhaps they were missing somewhere, so let's just add all of them then to the food production buildings. We might also get, another farm up there, so the harvest is quickly or more, well, faster. By the way, let's just add 6 of them here to those fields there, so we can have 2 more. That means I've actually got 12 workers available right now. Well, some of them are going to be builders now, because we still want to destroy this one, remove the structure there, and just basically build us a new quarry that we can then use there as well. Right, something like that. So the holes are looking at each other then, and there we can build that, only costing us some lumber, so that should be quick, and we should be quick about that. I think I got a new trader also. Tin ore. Oh no, sorry, I've traded with them already. Got a bit of ore there. Jumpstart our production, and yeah, we have lots of laborers. Basically, I would like to assign them to the food production. This is really where we need them, so I can think about a new field up there. It's a bit late for that, but we can still make this one work. A new field and perhaps some orchards, right? So there we can have a new field. This is going to hurt now the hunters here, basically. Let's have a size of this one. That should be good. And then some orchards there. I've got one here, and we might just have then, also here on that side, which is once again hurting the gatherer here. There is one, and then one right next to it, because we got a lot of crops now for these, or lots of seeds for these as well, right? So not only the oak, but we got the coffee, for example, that I would like to use them for the coffee house, and bananas still. Now that gatherer is definitely running out of stuff to do then. As we can see, it's already pretty empty, so let's just remove it. There's no need for a gatherer that can't work, and we're just going to put them over here into this area. It's close to the barn, right? So whoever's working there, the resources can be brought over rather quickly, and perhaps let's also have the hunter then in this area too, and we can then get rid of both of them in this area. 6 builders, let's make 10 builders so we really speed it up. Perhaps another fish farm, I don't know, perhaps another apiary. We should, let's actually do this. We can squeeze it in here. And, oh no, we have the egg pens there. I would really like to keep that. Look at that, it would have fit in perfectly here if it weren't for the sheep farms. Oh yeah, behind the storage barns, that's perfect. that we can have it. Honey seeker. No, wild honey seeker, we don't need that. Perhaps there's something else we could make here. That makes sense, but I don't think so. Nope, let's actually stick with the apiary. Producing us some food. Another food production building that we can have is actually consuming food, and that's the old dairy. So this is producing butter and milk out of milk, butter and cream out of milk. And yep, let's have it here where once the orchard for the banana trees was standing. So that is something, and no, I think we should be good for that. We could also have a slaughterhouse, slaughtering some animals there. Tinnery we have now available since we have the tin cans that we can produce, but I don't see the benefit of that at the moment, since raw food is more plenty of. And yeah, there we have the first processing. We could also get a kitchen up, right? Makes a soup kitchen, makes soup from various ingredients. Sounds good. Let's have one here. And we'll just see how much food they really produce. And it's all about this field here, really. Let's actually assign 2 more farmers to that. I want to speed it up. It's not fast enough, especially the harvesting. And there is this problem also with the flowers. We're just getting way too many flowers in here. And I think what is really making this one full though? The bone meal we have, not that much. There's actually not a lot of stuff in here. Steel tools and leather. Oh, leather is making it full. We might also get a bit of leather for the market then, right? And I've seen a lot of tools. We have 400 tools at the moment. Could make this one. Let's make 10,000 flowers out of it. I think that is actually not possible. And hardened steel tools, iron tools. And there it is, 2,000 leather we now have as well in the trading post. So whatever comes along, we can trade it then basically. It's a lot, as I can see here. Stored textiles is a lot. Basically from the hunters, but also from our ranches now. It's coming in. Alright, this is looking much better this season. So those fields are fully used, and this one here is almost halfway through. They just go to this village barn there, and it's really fast with this. Also we have of course a lot of farmers there, but I think still makes a difference there. Very good. And as we can see, the food is just skyrocketing, doubled it, and with this season. And let's just see what new trader we have. Perfume. Oh, perfume I'm pretty sure we can make with the flowers. Lots of liquor there. Let's just have a look for the perfume. That should be over there somewhere. Garden wool perfumes. Creates perfume from essence of flowers. Another thing that we can do here in order to increase storage is of course by upgrading those storage barns there. I hope it's not totally destroying it. So the normal storage barn we can then upgrade to hold something or hold more of what we already have. And the dairy is also starting to work now. So we have assigned someone to that. It's consuming a bit of milk though, but perhaps butter offers more vitamins and more energy. Look at that. They all have to go now. I think to this one here. No, this one is full too. They all have to go with the resources they are carrying. Cucumber, look at that, all the way to the market there. Yeah, this is really not good right now. We need to be thinking about something new, something... There we still have a bit of space, right? And since I don't intend to build another wool pen anytime soon, we might just have another normal market here, storage barn, because we can upgrade them. Which is a good thing. Or we have a barn only for fruit and vegetables. With a cellar. With an internal cellar. That sounds good. Or for... This is for food only. Would be good something for food only, that it's not, you know, congesting with the rest of it. So that was my mistake, most likely. And yes, on the other hand, we also have these orchards now. So one of them is going to work with... Let's make coffee out of it. And this one here is bananas. And of course, we do need 2 people for that once again. And then my food district is finished. Oh, another beekeeper that we can also have then. And the fruit and veggie barn is coming up. Just where the sheepies are as well. We'll probably have to move the sheepies, I think. Though it looks very optimal here. With those little wool pens then in between as well. Come on people, build it. What's going on? We need to make this one ready before the harvest starts. Very important for my veggies. And my crops, of course. There it is. Perfect in all its glory. another big barn. Hopefully that's enough for everything that we need up there. Now food is really tanking hard at the moment. There are these waves of when this happens, and I'm pretty sure we can counter this one with all the stuff that we are preparing here right now. Up there also the next gather hut is working and the next hunting cabin is working. Very good, and the gather hut also gets his resources there, so he's working. And this one here we probably can get rid of now. Right, and those people are moving then up to those professions. Let's increase the amount of people that can work in them. Oh, what I can see is that the fisherman is still full, which is fine, but where's the food coming in though? Herdsmen, hunters, and gatherers. There we have that. 16 now of them as well. Everything filled quickly. We are below 1000 food. I'm countering that. I'm trying to counter that by building a few more additional fishing docks here along the lake and also the river. Oh, speaking of the river, I just see that now that we still have a bit of space here with the river too. I know it's a bit further away than from the main town, right? But it's pretty much the only thing I can do right now in order to, yeah, to survive. That is that. I've also built another crop field up here, which is still in construction though, so it's still going to take a while. Those orchards here are also still going to take a while, but once they function well, they function well. And here we still have a bit of a space, and that's exactly where I would like to continue expanding my ranches that we have. So we do have a couple of them available at this point, and also some new cows that I would like to add. So let's have another bridge that we have then to the other side here, like so. And hopefully the builders are building that quickly, or as quickly as possible. And here we can then have some more of them. Let's just see how. Yeah, I think like this. And then we can have a few of them here side by side. And they are working rather quickly, right? So there we have the street. And then we can here have another bigger pasture now. Let's make it like this, so we still have a bit of room for the other side. Or actually, let's make it here. Righto, I think this is better. And then we can have another one, and then another one here, and another one here. But the important thing is that we continue to expand our food production. The same goes with the fish. When it comes to the hunters, we're pretty much using most of the space. I think, wait a second, for my hunters, we should have a hunter here somewhere. There's the hunter. We don't have one for this area, and it's looking like a pretty beautiful, lush area. Look at that. I mean, beautiful forests, gotta say that. Now let's just have a look. There we have the hunting cabin, and let's get this one. Yeah, well, people will have to pass the cemetery, but that is fine. And oh, for the first time ever I get the message food is low. I think I haven't had this in quite a while. I think it's the first time actually. We got a few more adults coming in, so the fishing spots should be going up now. Oh boy. 4 more fishers we have now, and they should have a nice productivity in this area, right? We are at 800 food. We doubled it in a second from 400 to 800. It's early autumn, so it's harvest season too. So I hope there's lots of food coming in. Though I don't really feel that food coming in most of the time, right? It's rather just something tickling in. And there you go. We actually have completely different objectives for this episode, and that is certainly not further increasing my food production. There's more fishermen coming in, 4 more, so we have 8 more fishers now working for us on the shores of this beautiful lake here. And the other thing is that on the other side, farm and ranches. That's basically all I can do. Look at that with the food, with the harvest. We are going up again a bit, 2000. But that's not going to get us through winter, right? There we still have some cabbages. And I will probably need to remove or reduce the amount of... Oh yeah, there's way too many farmers on this one anyway. We can reduce this drastically. And so I will have only 26 farmers, and the rest... I'll probably have too many in the farming district. I'll probably have too many in that area. And it's not that efficient then. Alright, but yeah, that's all I can do right now about the construction. We just hope that it works out. Now, another thing that I have in mind is something big, and that is a church, finally. For that, I do need a bit more stone, so the small quarry that we have there has no workers at the moment, and we should be assigning a few of them. There we have the stone cutters, so 6 more because we're running out of stone there at the moment. What we now have though plenty of is the fancy homewares. Look at that, 16 we have finally. We also still have some building supplies and also the homeware supplies. The fancy one is really cool though, because with that we can have some advanced service buildings that I would like to add. And we have the clothier, an upgraded building of the tailor. And another thing that I will do here is I would like to upgrade the clothes that my people are wearing. And we are using hide coat up to this point for far too long. We have no wool, so peak coat is something I can get for. That is the leather plus wool, and it's producing this one. And we actually do need a tailor, and you know what? Let's have 2 tailors for that. And there it is. 2 of them are working now. Fits in here perfectly fine. And yeah, wool we have plenty of now too, thanks to our sheepies that we have. 3,000 food, you're kidding me. The field is ready, so let's just see. We do have sweet potatoes, squash, cucumber, cabbage. Oh well, let's go with sweet potatoes. Should have the highest value of nutritions. And I don't know, we will have to check our, but no, I don't think so. We have everything staffed, so all the food production professions are fully staffed. The woodcutters, for example, are not fully staffed. That's a problem, yes. Other than that, it's really all about the food. And we do have more than 106 people. We do have more than 156 people at this point. Must be much higher than that. Yeah, we are at 230, I think. Something like that. And stone is going up again, very good. Another thing that I would like to do here is that the fishermen here, they would have to go way too far in order to get their food to a destination. Let's just see, the central market has its range up to this point here. So let's have a storage barn in that area too. Something where people can drop off their stuff. Well, yeah, let's have it on the other side there. Isn't there a mountain or something? There it is. Alright, so we can have it here. Very good. This means that the fishermen can deliver right away. The same counts for the gather hut that we have in this area. And I don't think we have a hunter here. Is that right? Oh, there it is. Okay. Also, the hunter can carry the stuff then over there. Should be making it more efficient then. Some people are freezing. Like this guy here. We have those on firewood in store still. And perhaps we also get another trader for the central market, because we have a lot of people purchasing stuff now. And that means that we do need to have a constant supply on the market. Without that, we would have a problem. Yep, some are freezing. Okay, firewood. I also have 3 sawmills working on that, but we are lacking a few woodcutters because I assigned everything to the farmers and stuff. And this farmer over there we have the population. Let's add another one to it. Oh, that's tricky. That's a lot of micromanagement right now that we need to check out. That's 10. We don't need the 10 here anymore, since it's way faster than before and we can save a bit of workforce there. Perfect. Our latest ranch is also finished, or pasture, and we have the beef cows now, something that I purchased. 8 of 9 beef cows we can have here right away, and let's just have a ranger working in this area too, the herdsman. There it is. And hopefully, yeah, well, the beefs will give us more money there again. Money, I say milk, and also beef when we slaughter them. Right, there's still no meat coming out of this one here. This one here is producing the already beef, because we have 12 here. We could split it once again. Might be wise, to be honest. Let's split it. So there's 13 now here, right? So we have 2 full and 1 half full. And yeah, we're officially out of food now. If this reaches 0, it's not the end of the world yet, because every house here still has food stored, right? So it's not something that people die just right now. They start then to consume everything they have in the inventory, and then it becomes critical. So as long as we have a bit of stuff here, it still means that everybody has food for quite some time. But of course it shows us that we just don't have enough. And yes, for the first time ever, it's happening that we do have the first starving people and the first people dying due to starvation. I guess sooner or later it just had to happen, despite all my efforts. It seems to be impossible for me to keep up with the food consumption. I'm not building any houses. I've not built some houses for quite some time now, for a few years, and yet I can't keep it under control. We have too many people, it seems, or, well, for some reasons, not enough production. The next trader is unfortunately only for textiles, so I'm going to send him away right away. We might make room for someone who sells us a bit of food. That might be something. We could also say purchase something, right? Make auto purchase, but we still have to wait on that. We could order something. Nah. Unfortunately, that's it. So 200 food we have right now. The next season, I'm pushing in all the farmers that I have in that, so that we really get a good harvest, that I'm not leaving anything behind, which is probably the most important thing in this area now. It's going to be quite some farmers there. Can I improve the fish farm there, perhaps, with another fisherman here? Perhaps, but who knows about that. We'll just see down here. I do have 22 hunters, 16 gatherers, and 32 fishermen. And they are producing food. I'm checking all the time. But yes, there are people going to these, and they're getting a bunch of fish all the time back to the storage barn. The same is with the hunter, for example, which is full of food, right? Or textiles and food, and also getting all the food then to the storage barns. And they in return bring it to the market. But something in between seems to be terribly wrong at this point. 500 food is stored. We have, of course, some starving people still. Or perhaps it's just a normal cycle that we have to go through. We have too many people to support ourselves, and thus the people that we can't support anymore are dying, right? We have grown extremely fast in the last year without having any control over that. I mean, putting more people in the stoneworks might help. Yeah, warmth is not the problem since we are using buff codes, so that's pretty fine. But the food situation I can't get under control. So we'll just have to wait for some people to die, I guess. Also, every time someone dies, a laborer takes the place, right? So for now, I'm not losing any workforce itself. I'm only losing, well, people in general that I can lose, as long as I still have a buffer. And then we'll have to turn down on the mining industry and stuff like that. Every single one that dies right now is good for my food, to be honest. Well, 2 years later, I'm still struggling with my food supply. For some reasons, well, we have lost over 40 people now in the last 2 years, so quite a bit, I think, from my adult population. And yet I can't recover from the food. I have no idea what's going on, to be honest. We have like over 100 people. Just keep that in mind, 100 people in the food industry, be it on the fields, on the plantations, the fishing. And I've checked once again, they are producing a decent amount of fish, all of them. I haven't seen a difference between this fisher here, for example, and the fisher at the big river. They're producing almost identical amounts of fish. There is no difference there. I've got storage barns close to my producing industry. I've got the distribution barns that are delivering the resources down here. I've got traders getting the resources. But for some reasons, at a certain point it just collapsed, and there is no point of recovering anymore, despite losing 40 people, and all of them were in the mining industry. Or well, I reduced the amount of workers in the mining industry and put all of them into the food. And despite losing then even 40 people on top of that, it's still impossible for me to recover food-wise. I have no idea how to do this. Once you're running out of food, I think you're eternally doomed. There is no coming back from this for some reasons, because everybody's working in food now, and we're still not getting up there with the food. Well, I guess I just can let it run there a bit. We also have a few woodcutters now, so I can assign a few more to the woodcutter industry. And they're going to work in here producing some firewood, because logs we have plenty of. And then I would also like to get a few builders, because despite everything, I still want to build a couple of things. First of all, we are deleting now the small chapel. Off you go. And we'll probably, let's see, I don't need that many miners anymore. For now, I'm going to totally reduce the amount of miners we have, because we are totally full on minerals, right? We have over 1,200 coal and iron stored in our, well, basically in our stockpiles. That is another thing entirely. No one is using my coal for heating. Also, it's just not being used really. We could use firewood, no. We could use here the charcoal. That is still being used. So that is a kilnman. Let's actually have a kilnman there. So this one is being used for a bit of heating. Other than that, yep, I've got 3 full sawmills. It was perfectly fine up to this point, but for some reasons now, this is also not working anymore, right? So I can't get the firewood in to heat all my homes. It's especially tragic for the house wood, for the house buildings, for the wood buildings, not for the stone buildings. They are better isolated. Overall, let's get rid of the small chapel because I do have the resources. And I would like to, I mean, it's not the end of the world if we lose another 20 or 30 people, right? It's just status quo is being conserved, and we have so many children and students coming up. It's incredible for now, and I guess it's sorting itself out anyway. We have 1,500 food, but that's because it's harvest season. It's as if all the other stuff, like the fishing, like the hunting, like the gathering, almost instantly don't work anymore. Like they don't bring any food in, despite they do bring food in, but it's just disappearing somewhere along the lines. Now I'm going for, I was actually, yep, the central church. It's not very central, but I just love the look of it. And it's going to be right here. How should we build it? This way? Or this? I think we make it like that. Yep, this one I like more. There we have it. And there's a big church coming up now. Lumber and stone, we have all of that. Should make my people very happy. The cemetery can still take 100 more dead people, so basically half of my population, if I need to. But for now, it's all about the central church, so we can really finish this one. Oh, and there's also a trader at my docks, and he's got nothing. Once again, it's a textile trader. They're coming in quite often. Let's just check my citizens directly, because they also tell you a story sometimes. There is also this thing here, right? So the health degraded dramatically. They have no health anymore, despite having food for now. She's got excellent clothing, steel tools, so the best of the best that we can have right now. And despite all of that, she's still dying to some unknown disease, or is there illnesses in this game? I have no idea. Some of them have low health, I know, because of food problems. But most of them, or some of them, most of them are fed now. We have 3,000 food again, and the health is still pretty low. I've also imported some medicine last time, and we also have 2,000 stored medicine available as well. I might check the surgeon again. Let's just see, physician. There we have him, so he's working there again. Perhaps he can heal some of my people. Who knows about that? Getting close to 4,000, I think we have recovered from food, at least for now. There is a huge pasture over here now with 20 cows working. Right, and what I can see is there has been a cow slaughtered. Cow was slaughtered here in this place, and everybody's just watching. And there we got a Siamese cow. Look at that. Cool thing. What we can find in these forests. You never know. Okay, I think despite everything, we actually survived this pretty well. So I lost 40 people, but we already regained 10 more adults ever since then. So most of my people are working where they should be working. We're at 4,000 food. So yeah, perhaps we have saved it for now, and I would be very happy about that. What we do now is we finish the central church here. It still needs some resources, as we can see. Ah, very good. Has everything. So the foundation is coming along. And not only this am I going to build now, I'm also going to build my governor's office. So that is here. There it is, a beautiful building. And yep, let's have this one kind of like this. So we have perhaps a fence beside it then later, if we want to. This is producing some nice taxes for us. And here I could then have some more houses, right? And the fancy homeware and the building supplies, we have plenty of that now. I think for the fancy homewares, 45 here. There we have 7. Yeah, we have quite a lot of that. And yeah, there is something about a church, a big one, being constructed while it's snowing. Look at that. That's a huge building. And over there, the governor's office also has now its foundation. So everything is in order, and we just wait for this one now. It has a huge range. Look at that. The whole, basically the whole city where everybody's living can go to church then. And the remaining 3%, they are taking their time. We have 3 more laborers available that we might add to the food industry. Alright, they're really taking their time now. Thank the gods. we have finished this one. The big one is done, a big church building. There is a few too many trees around it, I think. Let's chop down the trees. And we have, yep, the cleric working in it. Perfect, that as well. What a beautiful building. It's all about the governor's office now, also coming along. 78%, perfect. I think we're going to need a clerk for that. That I will need to add then. And there we have it working. Very good. Governor's office. And this should now produce some coin for us, I think. So this is, he's getting taxes from the people in the surrounding area. And we should be getting some money in then, silver coins and stuff like that. And yes, it might also be time for a bit of decoration. So there we can have a fountain just here beside the trees. Of course, there can be some other stuff around it then. I might also be thinking about a fountain here and a fountain here just for the town hall. That I think looks quite nice, and there's lots of people waiting here. Oh, we have nomads again. Look at that, 28. Well. Hello to my little starving colony. I mean 3,000 food, but I know that 28 of them they want to eat. And I can't provide that at this point. Sorry, pals, I will have to deny you. You have to move along. I'm not in for more people that want to eat my food. I will still though build a few more houses, right? So we do have the fancy homeware, the best of all. I love that a lot, and we could have then those colonial homesteads here as well, right next to the, right here actually. Actually, let's have a corner house there. Nah, that's not really looking cool, right? Something here perhaps. But for now, another catastrophe has been solved, and yeah, we're pretty much where I wanted this town to be. Stay tuned.